everybody. Welcome to Crafts by KMW. This is Karen, and I'd like to wish you a really happy new year. Today is January 1st, 2023, and I am really looking forward to the new year. I have a few life changes that are going on, and I'm really looking forward to those and seeing how they work out. And of course, I'm hoping that my channel will grow and I will continue to be able to spend lots of time coloring and journaling. I'm really looking forward to my Etsy store growing. I'm working on creating some new products for my store. So hopefully there's a lot of good things coming up, and I hope the same for you. And of course, I hope that you can spend a lot of time coloring and crafting and doing whatever it is that you like to do. So I have been away for about 2 weeks. I have not been able to do any new video since my flip throughs of books that I recommended for beginning colorists or colorists who are wanting to learn or sharpen their skills. I was sick the week and a half before Christmas through this week. I'm just kind of starting to get to about 90%. It was not COVID. I had an upper respiratory infection. And then I live in the Northeast, and we had a Mondo blizzard. And I had family here with me for an entire week. And of course, you know, you really can't make videos when you have people over. So that kind of put me behind too. But now everything is pretty much back to normal, and hopefully I'll be able to get back into rolling with video producing as we move forward. So I'm not sure how many videos I have up yet as of this one, but there should be, I would say, 4 to 5 new videos coming up on the channel within the next week. So I hope you will check those out. I would like to give a shout out to my new subscribers and my subscribers in general. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, and I hope that you like the content. Please feel free to comment for any video. If there's a particular video you would like to see, I will definitely try to do that and make videos that you would like to watch and would be interesting to you. So for the new year, this first video is a coloring book countdown. I love countdowns. I've been watching countdowns all week prior to the new year, and I thought I would do a couple of my own. So this is a countdown of my very favorite coloring books. Now, I have probably 120 coloring books in my collection, and I actually have a few in my Amazon cart right now, and I know I'm going to be ordering a few new ones. Kirby Roseanne's is coming out with a new one this year. I think Hannah Carlson is. Alan Robert of the Beauty of Horror series is coming out with a new one, so I know I'm going to be adding to that collection pretty soon. So I went through and I picked out my favorites. I tried to do 10 and I really couldn't. So I have 14. So I hope that you will enjoy this countdown and enjoy looking at these books. If you have some of these books, I would love to know how you feel about it. So please feel free to comment. Or if you would like to purchase one of these books, I would love to know that too, because that's why I make these coloring book videos, to give you ideas and to show you what's out there, and to hopefully show you some books that maybe you don't have that you would like to purchase. So without further ado, let's get to the countdown. So the number 14 is Victorian Darlings by Hannah Lynn. And I love Victorian style I do a lot of Victorian style in my journals, and I'm going to be doing a lot of Victorian style in some of the upcoming projects and items that I'm going to be having for sale on my Etsy store. So this one was kind of a no-brainer. Hannah Lynn's illustrations are just beautiful. I like that they're pretty clean. There's dark lines, but there's not a lot of shading or anything like that. In this book, you get 2 copies of each picture, which I really like too, because you can do them in different colorways. You can practice on one and then use one for, you know, your real coloring page. So love this book. All of these books I got on Amazon, by the way, and I will try to remember to post the links in the description. If I don't, though, you can definitely just put in the name of the book and it will pop up and you'll be able to purchase any of these books from Amazon that you would like. I'm sure they're available lots of other places as well. So that was number 14. Number 13 is Funny Cats by Kalokara. And I have several cat books, so I pulled them all out and I went through them and decided on this one. This one is, the paper is not fantastic quality. It's kind of newsprint, but I just love the illustrations. They're so cute. I love cats, and so you have a simple cat and then you have a pretty cool geometric or pattern drawing in the background. And so these are not difficult pages to color at all. I've colored one so far. I think I took it out of the book though. But I love, it's just a fun, sweet little coloring book. And if you like cats, this would be, I think, something that you would like. It's not that expensive. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I think it was like $6 or something like that on Amazon. Next is a Millie Murata. I have 2 of her books and I'm thinking of buying another one. I think I have one in my cart right now, and there's another one I'm sort of toying with. But this is Wildlife Wonders. And this is a sort of best of book. So she took images, popular images from a bunch of her previous coloring books and put them into this collection. And I really like that because I don't have all of her books. So I really like that I can get a nice smattering of her books from different, of her images from different books. So this one is just beautiful. Her images are detailed, but very simple. So you can color in all of these little areas individually with different colors, or you can just color in an entire area with 1 or 2 shades. So there's so many different possibilities for coloring these pages. And I've colored a few of these in here already. So I colored this one for a checkerboard challenge on Millie Murata's Facebook group. And then I did, this other one is the same thing. It's also a checkerboard, but I just used different colors. So this is a really fun book. The paper quality is pretty good. You get a ton of illustrations because it is double-sided, but I kind of like that. I don't use alcohol markers very much at all. If you do want to use alcohol markers in this book, you would need to coat your page in clear gesso first, and then it will work just fine. Gesso does not destroy the page. It gives a little bit of a feeling on it, on the page. You get a little bit of bumpiness, but to be able to use your alcohol markers in it, I think it's totally worth it. So that was 12. So here is number 11. This is A Colorless Kingdom, Volume 2, Dark and Gothic by Chris Ortega. I love Gothic illustrations, not necessarily gory, but again, with that Victorian old world vibe. And I think this book captures those exquisitely. Her illustrations are absolutely beautiful, very reminiscent of, older times, vampires, witches, that kind of thing. But still very beautiful images. So this is a really, really lovely book. So now we have number 11, I believe. No, 10. Okay. So now my top 10. So this is Gothic Dark Fantasy Coloring Book by Selena Fennick. Again, this is very similar to the Chris Ortega book. So it is one-sided. The paper is pretty good. It's not super thick, but the pages are one-sided. So if you don't want to coat your pages in gesso, you definitely could just color right on the page. It's going to bleed through, so as long as you put something underneath, you'll be fine. But you get a second set of images in this book, which I really like. So if you make a mistake on one, or if you want to just practice on one, you have a second image. So here's one that I've started. I've started a couple in here. You'll see some of the skins colored on some of these. And this one is another work in progress that I'm working on. And this one here, again, is another work in progress that I'm working on. So really like this book, really like her images. They're really beautiful, old worldy, so I like those. So now into number 9. This is Gothic Fantasy. This is a Creative Haven book, and this is illustrated by Marty Noble. If you're not into the Creative Haven books, they are illustrated by many different illustrators. Marty Noble is one of their, I would say, stars. She has a lot of books in the Creative Haven family. She's a great illustrator. I actually have another Marty Noble book in this countdown. So this one, again, are similar images to the previous 2 books. Just gothic, witchy, vampire-y, dark, sort of images, lots of roses, birds, dragons, bats, things like that. I really, really like her style. It's very clear, and these are line drawings, so you don't have a lot of shading, so you could do a lot with them. So really, really like this book. And the Creative Haven books are really affordable on Amazon. So I think this one is like $6, $7, something like that. It might even be cheaper. So the Creative Haven books are really nice to get. You can get a lot of them for a good amount of money, for a reasonable amount of money. And they have tons and tons of different topics and themes that you can get. So they're a really nice book to have, and I have quite a few of these. So number 8 is Steampunk Fashions. Again, this is a Creative Haven book. I love, 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 love steampunk. One of my favorite themes, I guess, or styles. And I just love this. I love all of the gears and feathers, and I love the ladies. They're just Really, everyone is different. Some are more detailed, some are less detailed. And I've colored a few pages in this book, so some of them are missing. So here's one that I colored a while ago. And it's funny, now when I look at pages that I colored a couple years ago, I think, oh my gosh, like I could do so much better. So, but you know, I think that's a learning process for everybody, and I think we all feel that way. So really like that book, love Steampunk. So here is number 7, and I had a really hard time choosing one Beauty of Horror book. I have 4 of them. I have 1, 2, 3, and 5, which is this one. Number 4 is about the horror movies and horror movie characters, which I'm not really into, so I'm probably not going to buy that book. But he has a new one coming out this year, and that one is like artworks. So he horrored and goried up famous artworks. So I think that one's going to be really cool. I think that one I will definitely purchase. But this one, Alan has a really unique style. It is double-sided, but the paper is really good, high quality. If you're going to use alcohol markers, you still definitely have to gesso, but you can use pretty much anything else on here and it will not bleed through. I started coloring some of the bloody, gory parts with a Posca pen, and it did not bleed through at all. I've colored 2 pages in this book so far, as you can see. This one I actually used alcohol markers on, and I gessoed it first with clear gesso, and then put the markers on, and then layered my colored pencils on. Absolutely love it. It was such a fun page to color, and I tried out the gesso, and now I'm just like a huge fan of gesso. You probably hear me talk about it in almost every video. And then my Marilyn page, which I really, really love. And this one actually got a positive comment from Alan himself on the Facebook group. So this page holds a special place in my heart. So really, really love this book. It has a lot of my favorites in it. The Golden Girls are in here. Prince, Steve Irwin, just lots and lots of my favorites who have passed on. So I'm really looking forward to coloring more in this book. So number 6, again, I had a hard time choosing one of Anastasia Alley Caldereva's books. I have, I think, 7 of them. I have all of her previous portrait books. So there's Serenity, there's Amarantine, there's 6 in total. I don't have her brand new book yet, but I'm going to purchase that. She's in Russia, so shipping takes a long time. So I'm trying to let the Christmas holiday pass a little bit, so then hopefully the mail will calm down and get more back to normal, and so I won't have to wait as long to get it. And then I have one of her dragon coloring books. But I chose this one because there's some pictures in here that I just absolutely adore. As you can see, I've colored on almost every page so far, skin and hair, and then there are some that I have completed. This one I'm almost finished with. I just have to do the birds and add some details in. But her... this is one that I finished. Her illustrations are just exquisite. The faces, I love how she incorporates nature into it. So I intend on completing this entire book. Again, she does live in Russia, so shipping is a little expensive. Each of her books is about $19 to $21. I don't remember how much the brand new one is that just came out. I think it's called Elliptica. but these are anywhere from $19 to $21, and then shipping is about the same price. But if you buy more than one book from her, then she prorates the shipping. So I think I bought from her twice. I bought 3 books each time, and I think each time the shipping was like $20. So it really pays to buy several. And she has a website. I will try to remember to link it in the description below, but you can just Google Anastasia Alley Caldereva, and you'll be able to see all her gorgeous, gorgeous books. So now we are in the top 5. So this is number 5, the Body Art Tattoo Coloring Book. This is a Dover coloring book, and this is illustrated by Marty Noble. Love, love, love this book. And it's kind of old. It was really hard to find. Actually, I lied. This was not an Amazon purchase. This was an eBay purchase. I don't even know if you can get it on Amazon anymore, or maybe it was just sold out when I was looking for it. But I had to buy this on eBay, and I did pay quite a lot for it because of that, but I really wanted it, and now that I have it, I can scan in and copy the pages and color them as many times as I want. So these are all tattoos on people. So there's men and women in here in different situations, different types of tattoos. Some people are inside, some are outside. It is just really, really cool. I don't like tattoos as far as being on me, but I love the way tattoos look on others, and I love coloring them. So I'm really excited to color in this book. Again, I'm going to scan all these images so I have them in my computer before I color in the book, because again, it's hard to find. It's a rare book, and so I want to make sure that I have it, and then I can color each page as many times as I want to, because I really like coloring tattoo pages with color, but I also think they look great in black and white, how a lot of real tattoos are. Not everybody gets their tattoos colored, so I would like to color these pages in both colorways, both in color and like in grays and black. So looking forward to that. So that was number 5. Number 4 is a art movement series, Renaissance, and this is illustrated by Chinthaka Harath. And I have several of these. They do the August Reverie books. They have a bunch of books by Chinthaka, and this one is my favorite because they look like pencil drawings, and that really appeals to me. The paper is thin. I would say it's a step above like printer paper. But I think if you want to use just colored pencils, chalks, things like that, it would be really good. I do not know how wet media will hold up on this paper. You would definitely want to put something underneath. If you don't want bleed through, even though it's one-sided, you would definitely need to coat your pages in gesso. But the illustrations are just beautiful, and I love that pencil look. This is I think one of, or the only pencil sketch book that they have, that this publisher and that Chinthaka has done. So this one I really, really like. So I'm really looking forward to coloring all of those. This was not that expensive on Amazon. I think maybe $8, $9. I can't remember exactly. And they do have a bunch of, I don't know if they have in here anything that shows a bunch of their other books. But again, they have like the August Reverie books. No, they don't have anything, but they have several books by this illustrator, and her books are all gorgeous. So now we're into number 3. This is one of my most recent purchases. I believe I bought this in October. This is Sugar Skull Beauties by Daydream Art. This is the smallest coloring book in this countdown. I think it's like 8 by 8 or 8.5 by 8.5, something like that. But I love sugar skulls, and I prefer to color sugar skulls as real people rather than just a big skull with, you know, some flowers on it and stuff. So this book really appealed to me right away. And it's not a very expensive book. I think it was about $7 on Amazon. And it has a lot of illustrations in it. I believe, hold on, I can tell you exactly how many. So 6 and 5 is 35 images in here. So that's really good. But they're just all actual women in Day of the Dead costume, or made up as sugar skulls. Each one is different. There's lots of flowers, designs, just gorgeous. Some of them are full face, some are partial face, some are sort of looking to the side. Just really original. This is one that I'm working on. This is actually one that's on the front cover. The only thing there's a couple things that are a little bit negative about this book. The paper is really thin. It's almost newsprinty, which isn't great, but you could totally scan these in and print them on better paper if you wanted to. And then because these are, I think, actual photographs, when they transferred the photograph to a printed copy and into black and white, you lose a lot of the detail. So many of the details are really hard to see on here. Like here I have these flowers. This was not flowers before I colored it in. So I had to draw them in and make it. I just decided, oh, flowers would look good there, and I just made them. They were not there. So, and like in this area here and this area on her chin, I'm going to have to figure out what I want to do with that. So that's the only other negative thing that I could say besides the paper. But if you like sugar skulls, I think this is definitely a really good purchase. And because it's grayscale, it's really helpful to see where all your dark areas are and where your light areas are. So if you really want to practice or, continue your shading, and your blending, this is a really good book for that with gorgeous images. So now we are at number 2. So this is Worlds Within Worlds by Kirby. Again, I had sort of a hard time picking out one book. I have all of the Worlds books. I have Fragile Worlds, Worlds Within Worlds, Mythic World, and I love them all. I'm coloring in Mythic World right now, and it was really hard to choose, but this one I don't know, it's just fantastic. The, merging of animals and different worlds, different environments is just so thoughtful and whimsical and cool. I mean, who would think to put a circus in a flower? Like, it's just they just amaze me. And these images are really highly detailed, allowing you to use a lot of colors, allowing you to use a lot of different materials. Pencils work on these, fine liners, chalks, paint, gelatos, whatever you want to do. And they're just exquisite. And If you're a fan of Kirby's and you're on any of his Facebook groups, or the Facebook groups dedicated to his books, some of these images just look just amazing when they're colored. So as you can see, I haven't started it yet, but I'm going to start it soon. It is on the docket to be colored in very soon. So love, love, love this book. Cannot recommend it more. He's coming out with a new book in March, Alien World. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about it. There's been some of the images or partial images from a bunch of the pages put out already. And I mean, I like the images. I'm not sure how much a fan I am of like aliens, but I'll have to look at it. I'm sure flip throughs will be coming soon. And so I'll be able to flip through it and decide if I really want to buy it. I don't buy a coloring book unless I really love it and I had the intention of coloring all or most of the pages. So that was top 13, and now we are to number 1. And this one is Spirit Animals. Had to get a Hannah Carlson book in there. I love her books. I have 3 now. I have this one, I have Daydreams, and I have, I can't remember what the other one is, but I love it. But I really, really love this book. I think it's just a really unique concept. I've covered, I know the cover looks odd. I've covered the book in wax paper. I actually did a video on this because my cover was getting dirty on my coloring table. So I covered it to protect it. And I've colored quite a few pages in this book. I'm having a ball with it. I just love the concept. So you have a beautiful girl or woman, and then her spirit animal, and somehow in the portrait of the woman you have the animal incorporated. And I just think it's a really cool concept. Every page is a double page spread, so all the pages go together. And I really like that because you can really explore with your backgrounds. And I absolutely adore this book, and I do plan on coloring everything. I have a color along on my channel for this page, if you would like to check that out. I didn't do a color along for this page because when I colored it, I was not feeling all that great, and I just, in the video, I just couldn't get the video to work out. So I did not do a video for this, but I love, love, love how they came out together. This is just such a exquisite book. And I'm really looking forward to finishing the entire book. It does look like I'm going from front to back, and I kind of am in this book. I normally don't, but I just love this book so much and I want to finish it. So I am going from front to back. I am coloring the pages in order. So I will probably be working on this one next. And I did there's actually one other one that's out of order that I did back here. I have a color along for this one on my channel as well. Not sure if I'm going to do a color along for the coordinating page. If you would like to see that, please put that in the comments. I would love to know if that's something that I should do, that anyone cares about. But this is just an exquisite book. If you're a fan of Hannah's, this book is, typical Hannah, and just gorgeous, gorgeous. And there's pretty much every animal under the sun that you could imagine or think about that is represented in this book. Hardcover, the paper is a cream colored, off-white, And I really like that because when you use a white colored pencil, it does show up, which is really nice. Without having to put a base layer on or do anything else with it. The paper is really thick. It will hold up to pretty much anything except for alcohol markers. Again, if you want to use alcohol markers, you need to coat the page in gesso first. But other than that, just paper will take everything. I've been using gelatos, and this is all gelatos, and nothing went through on the other side. So you can definitely use whatever you want. So that is my top 14 coloring books in my collection. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do, so you can get more content like this, book flip throughs, tutorials, color alongs, supply hauls. I do all of it. Please let me know in the comments if you have any ideas or suggestions for me. I try to read all comments and respond to them. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely phenomenal new year. And of course, I hope you get to spend a lot of it coloring and crafting. Take care.